Hey there, I'm Steve Konish, and here's a quick overview on OpenShift and Kubernetes Node Affinity. Let's get started. So for this demonstration, we're going to use a simple OpenShift demo cluster. It's going to consist of 3 master nodes and 3 worker nodes. But of course, since we're going to talk about node affinity, we're going to focus on the 3 worker nodes. So for this demonstration, we're going to split this group of worker nodes into 2 sets. One single server, which we're going to name a group equals single, and then we're going to label the other pair of nodes as group equals pair. So let me walk you through the node labeling. So we're using OpenShift version 4.3.1 in this case, and this is running in the AWS cloud. We're logged in as kubeadmin, and we have 6 nodes, 3 masters, and 3 workers. For this case, we're going to focus on the 3 workers. So let's go ahead and get those node names. So we're going to apply labels to each one of these nodes. The first thing we're going to do is take the first one and assign it as group equals single. And we could do a OC get nodes. Oh, whoops, I forgot the get labels or show labels. And there you see the server is now labeled as group equals single. So now let's label the other 2 nodes as group equals pair. And we can do a get nodes again, and you'll see the group equals pair setting. So now let's go ahead and create a workload. Specifically, we're going to run Nginx, and we're going to assign it to the single worker node with the label group equals single. So we're going to start the node selector example that runs Nginx with the OC apply command. Let's go ahead and look at the YAML file. It's just a real simple one, but you'll notice we're using the node selector syntax, and we're going to assign the workload to group equals single. Okay, we've gone ahead and started the workload, and now we can check to see where it's running. Okay, it's running on the 128 server. So now let's go ahead and confirm that was the one where we assigned the label. Oh, I forgot the show labels flag again. And there you have it. So for this next example, we're going to assign a workload. It's going to be Nginx again, and we're going to assign it to the group equals pair server set. Now, one change we're going to make is that we're going to use the affinity logic within the YAML file versus just the node selector. So let's walk you through that. Okay, so for the second example, we're going to use the OC apply command to get it started. Well, let's take a look at the YAML file. You'll notice we're now using the affinity syntax. And we're using the key equals group, and the value is pair. Let's go ahead and start Nginx. And now we can take a look at where it's running exactly. So that's the second instantiation, which is running on the 99 workload or worker node. And let's just confirm that that's in the group labeled pair. And sure enough, it is. So for this last and final example, we're going to use the affinity logic like we did before to launch another instantiation of Nginx. Only this time we're going to assign it to the group labeled not pair. In other words, we want it assigned to the worker node outside of the group labeled pair. So let's show you how that's done. Okay, so for the last example, let's go ahead and run a third instantiation of Nginx. Let's take a look at the YAML file. So the key differentiator here is we're going to set the operator to not in the group, versus with the second example, we actually assigned it to the group. Okay, so we've gone ahead and started the third instantiation of Nginx, and it should be running on the first server versus the other two in the pair. So it's on number 128. So now we can do a OC get nodes and show the labels, and that one should be outside of the group labeled pair. So you can see neither one of the servers inside of the pair is where that final workload is running, which is what we intended. So that concludes this demonstration. Thanks for watching.